It's December, and whether you're popping out for holiday shopping or spinning under the Zilker tree, comfy pants are a must. Inner doers. They're so versatile, I can wear them to a festive dinner party or to walk my dogs. So go now to shopdoer.com/CCAustin to get 15% off of your first order. That's shopdoer.com/CCAustin for 15% off. shopdoer.com/CCAustin.
There have been lots of ups and downs in 2025, and we want to remember them all. So today on CityCast Austin, we're reminiscing about our favorite hits and misses to bring you some holiday cheer. It's Wednesday, December 10th. I'm Nikki DaVaughn, and this is what Austin's talking about. Hello, I'm here with Kelsey Bradshaw, CityCast Austin's newsletter editor. What's up, Kelsey?
Hello, hello.
And I'm here with Elissa Castles, our producer. What's up, Elissa?
Hello.
So, okay, y'all, before we start, we're halfway through our membership campaign, and we need more of y'all to support our show. We are declaring 2026 the year of local.
Woo!
I know. I need air horns. Like, blah, blah. If you listen to the show, you already know we're all about helping people feel more connected to life in our city. And becoming a CityCast Austin neighbor is a great way to make that connection even further in the new year. And, you know, you're not just supporting the show, you're joining a community that's trying to understand this place better and make it better together. And neighbors get invited to member-only events, and we explore the city, we meet each other in real life, and we dig into issues and stories that shape our daily life here. So if you're looking for a way to get more involved in 2026, this is a perfect place to start. Go to membership.citycast.fm. It's like $10 a month or $100 a year. You get a cute-ass beanie. I don't know if y'all have seen these beanies yet, but they're very, very cute.
They're really cute.
They're really cute.
Perfect for the season.
Yeah, and I don't wear beanies because my head is too big, but they are cute. And don't forget, we're giving away 2 pairs of tickets to some really amazing shows happening at the Paramount Theater, Rebecca Havemeyer and Stanley Roy, and also Bob Schneider's New Year's Eve party. Y'all, these are great tickets, but you got to become a member for a chance to win. So, membership.citycast.fm. Go become our neighbor. So let's get into today's episode. Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
I'm so ready.
I'm super excited about this. So we have our hits or misses broken down into 3 categories: civics, events, and a wild card. So we're going to start with civics. There's no shortage of government agencies in this town, from city council to school districts and our every other year favorites, the Texas legislature. And they've been busy. Everybody's been super busy this year. So let's get into our hits and misses in local civics. Kelsey, let's start with you.
Yes. Okay. Mine are really good. I think I'll start with the hit first.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest hit that Austin had this year was that the yogurt shop murders were finally solved after 34 years.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes, it was such a big day for the city of Austin, for these families. This happened back in September. They were able to link Robert Eugene Brashers to the crime. And he's not alive anymore, so he couldn't be sent to jail or anything. But I imagine this was such a relief for the families and just for everyone who was around when the yogurt shop murder case first happened. So I thought that was really exciting.
Seriously, I'm shook about it still. It's probably one of my favorite things about this year. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Well, and I remember like getting the notification on my phone, like the news alert. And I was like, wait, what? Like, it was so exciting.
I remember you texting us.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It was exciting.
And I mean, like, I remember people from my high school being like, did you see this shit? Can you believe it? Like, it was huge.
Well, and especially because that yogurt shop murder documentary had come out this year. And so it was just like really top of mind. I feel like everyone was like really thinking about it this year. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. What's your miss?
Oh, my miss is the city's new logo.
That's a good one.
And you know,
that's a really good
one. This isn't even necessarily my opinion. Look to your neighbors in Austin. Ask them if they like the logo. The answer is probably no. I still don't understand why they felt that they needed to do this. Our old logo was fine. Nobody's looking at a city logo. I really don't think it's important. But they released a new city logo and it cost roughly $1.1 million. And, you know, they've broken down what that $1 million went to, like to the graphic designers and the this and the that. But ultimately, the new logo is the letter A. In 2 different colors. And it's really frustrating. And I think the cost of it all really pissed everybody off. Like in a year where, you know, Prop Q was up at election, they were trying to ask us for more money. And it was like, okay, well, you could have used $1 million from this logo instead of asking us for it, kind of thing. So that's my miss.
Fantastic miss, if I must say.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I mean, every time I see it, I just kind of look at it and shake my head like a disappointing parent. I'm just like, that, ugh.
Yeah.
It's like the ugly photo that your kid makes that you have to put on the fridge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, man, was anyone asking for a new logo other than them? You know, like were the people in the city like, hey, man, our old logo, we need an update. I don't think anybody was asking for it.
Well, it's like I understood the idea of wanting there to be a centralized thing for all departments. I get that, but why did it have to cost that much money? Like, that's the part that I'm like, you lost me at the $1 million. You did. Elissa, what about you?
Okay, so my hit is when the Texas State House of Representative Democrats broke quorum during the special session over the summer that Greg Abbott called. I thought it was awesome. I mean, they don't have a lot of power, but this was like their one way of protesting and preventing this vote that was scheduled to happen over a bill to redraw Texas congressional maps. So they broke quorum for 2 weeks, and they were each fined $500 a day. But yeah, the whole special session was called originally to figure out the Texas hemp regulation laws. And then President Donald Trump very explicitly said, I want 5 extra Republican seats. So Governor Greg Abbott took it upon himself to make this special session about redistricting. And yeah, I think it was great with the little power that they have. They protested. They got a lot of national attention to focus on this issue. Some state Democrats like James Tallarico got great national attention, who is now bidding for Senate. But I will say my miss is also that Texas Democrats broke quorum because it ultimately didn't do anything. Yeah. The map still passed. So my hit and miss is the same thing, the breaking of quorum.
Honestly, I'm with you because it was nice to see Texas Democrats specifically actually do something.
Do something. They can't do a lot.
Yeah.
Right. They can't do a lot, but it was nice for them to actually, it felt like they were taking a stand and using using their voice and using what they could. But yeah, ultimately, and then they just came back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping they'd break quorum until now.
Yeah.
I appreciate the effort.
I know.
Damn. Those are good ones.
What about you, Nikki?
So for me, our civics hit this year was flood relief. So we had huge floods July of this year, and it resulted in a devastating flood at Camp Mystic, and we lost all these babies, and all these people died during the flood, and it was terrible. And our city, I have to say that I'm never a fan of it taking tragedy for people to get their shit together. But what I will say is our city responded so quickly and with so much force and so much love and so much initiation. Millions and millions of dollars raised, so many organizations stepping in to help, so many people having benefit concerts, benefit shows, trying to raise money, trying to do the thing. It was just a really bright and shining moment, I think, in our community in the face of just tragedy. It was just one of those really big stories of resilience and this is why I live in this city. This is why I live here. Something terrible happened. Something awful happened. And of course, there is going to be blame. And of course, there's going to be wringing of hands. But on the other side of that, our city just showed up and showed the fuck out and did what we do and tried to, just tried to make sure we helped from all sides, whether it was organizations showing up to separate donations and facilitate donating, or it was people showing up to clean up the wreckage and clean up the aftermath, whatever it was, our city showed up. And so for me, that was a big hit.
Well, and I remember when all of that was happening, I remember us talking about this on the podcast about how, and you know, I know we can really only say this because we are Texans, but there's just such a specific Texan way. Like it really is the Texan way and the Austin way to show up for each other in these situations. And it always truly is so heartwarming, and it's so nice to see. And if our government isn't going to do it right, like our neighbors will. And it's always very nice.
The stories that stick out most for me is the community that could not get out to get supplies. So their neighbors walk across a bridge that is, you know, kind of collapsing or not collapsing, but you know what I mean? Like
it's dangerous. There's debris.
It's dangerous. To take their neighbors' supplies. Like that's the kind of shit. It's your point. It's like the Texas way. We like at the end of the day, it don't matter where you come from, what side of the aisle you're on, Texans have a way of showing up for each other. And so that was a huge win and hit for me. And on the other side of that, for me, a miss was Prop Q. I just think that our city shat the bed on that. Like, I just like the whole thing. Like,
wait, in which way? Yeah,
how did they? The city personally should have taken TC Broadnax's budget off top.
The first
instead of coming to the voters and asking them if they want to pay another 5%. Or 5 cents on their taxes, which could have meant an extra $302 annually on taxes for some people. I just feel like the way it was handled and the hubris that they showed when they were I was like, I don't know. I think we kind of missed on that one. I think we could have maybe approached it a different way. I'm not saying it didn't need to be broached. I'm not saying it didn't need to be talked about, but I think that it was a miss.
Totally.
Well, and I feel like, like the marketing for it, maybe I'm just not looking in the right places, but it's like there was none. Like everything that I saw about Prop Q was news stories saying the news of Prop Q, which is it's going to raise your taxes and it's going to raise them by this much. And it's like very, very high. And and that's it. And like, I feel like at no point was the city like, okay, but let us show you the nice things. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe I missed it.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of just like, hey, we need this. So we're going to ask y'all to show up as the community and make this happen. I'm like,
Well, and the reaction from some council members after it failed was not good either. It was very arrogant.
Yeah.
The Prop Q debate was fascinating to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Great miss, Nikki.
So many of us have the one person in our lives that feels impossible to shop for. And if you're like me, you have many people in your life like that. So let's talk about Aura Frames. They're digital frames with unlimited storage for photos and videos. Best part, you can share these images from any device and they will instantly appear on the frame wherever it is in the world. Plus, every frame comes packaged in a premium gift box, so they do all the work for you. For a limited time, save on this perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off of Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, which were named #1 by Wirecutter. Use promo code CityCast at checkout. That's auraframes.com. Promo code CityCast. This deal is exclusive to listeners and frames sell out fast. So order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is sponsored by Babbel. The idea of learning a new language can be scary. I felt overwhelmed by that. I bet you have too. I'm CityCast CEO David Plotz, and studies show that up to 90% of people trying to learn a new language give up. 90%. Fortunately, Babbel's built so that it's really easy to get started and really easy to stick with it. They understand that people learn differently. So maybe you can dive into a podcast on Babbel when you don't feel like a quick lesson, or you can speak out loud to get practice in, or you can explore courses based on specific topics and even create your own customized review lists, all within the Babbel app. Babbel has made learning a language all about small steps with real wins and progress you can actually track and feel. Bite-sized lessons that fit easily into your daily routine and are also easy to remember. Just 10 minutes a day is enough to start seeing real results. I've been learning Spanish with Babbel, and it's helped when I've traveled in Mexico, and it helps me eavesdrop on my son and my girlfriend when they speak Spanish to try to fool me. No más, mi corazón. However you learn best, by listening, speaking, reading, or writing, Babbel adapts to your style and keeps you motivated with personalized learning plans, real-time feedback, and progress tracking. And right now, here's a special limited time deal for CityCast listeners. Right now, get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription at babbel.com/citycast. Get up to 55% off at babbel.com/citycast. Spelled BABBEL.com/citycast. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Hey y'all, it's Nikki. I love Austin, and I never feel more connected to it than when I am going to one of our quintessential Austin festivals like Honk TX or Eeyore's birthday. That feeling of deep connection with the city is why we created the CityCast Austin Neighbors program. Yes, CityCast Austin Neighbors is a way to support this podcast and keep it going, but it's also a way of getting more out of this city that you love. When you're a CityCast Austin neighbor, you get an early look at events coming up around town. You get to shout out local nonprofits or businesses you love on the pod. And you get to join us for members-only experiences around the city, like supporting Austin musicians with us at a Ham Day showcase. It's a deeper way of living in Austin and a way of making local your top priority. And you get a CityCast Austin beanie. So join CityCast Austin Neighbors by going to membership.citycast.fm. That's membership.citycast.fm. So we talk a lot about events around town, whether it's what we're doing this weekend in our Friday News Roundups or the newsletter events listings, which, as a reminder, our CityCast Austin neighbors get in their inbox each week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, listen, our events list, I will always
It's a good
mention.
list.
It's a good list. We have a great event list, y'all. We do. From massive music festivals to intimate theater shows, parades, cultural events, there's always something going on in our city, in Austin. So I'm so curious what your hits and misses are when it comes to our local events in 2025. Elissa, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm going to start with a miss. My miss for events was RFK Jr.'s MAHA, Make America Healthy Again conference that happened right here in our city over a weekend in November.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It was hosted by Children's Health Defense. It's a nonprofit that RFK Jr. founded and led until his presidential bid in 2023. The conference was called, quote, Moment of Truth, and it was pretty much all about promoting his anti-vax theories and gathering and discussing these scientifically unproven theories that, vaccines ultimately lead to autism and things like that have, again, not been scientifically proven correct. So I just think that was a miss. I think I prefer science-backed information, and this felt like another opportunity to keep spreading some misinformation or disinformation, however you want to look at it.
And very dangerous misinformation.
Elissa, I am a fan of the subtle shade you're giving right now. I prefer science-backed information.
I don't know. That's just me.
That's just me. That's just me.
That's just me.
Just like my personal.
Yeah, my personal opinion is I like science. But it is interesting to see that Austin is kind of becoming a hub for this type of thing. And we're going to have an episode about this later on this in the month. But yeah, it's crazy that this happened in our town, and I thought that was a miss, personally.
Yeah.
My hit were all the amazing concerts that happened in Austin. I found out about this amazing band from randomly going to Sagebrush, Rob Lines. He's incredible. It's like country rock. And then I also got to see Wild Child for free at Central Machine Works' Next Stage concert series. They're a band that I discovered in college. So when I went and saw them, I was having a full flashback to another time in my life where I was just I've been transported to my 20s. And I was singing along to every word, and I was with other people that knew all their songs.
I love that feeling.
So
I love
good.
that feeling.
So good. Yeah. That was all of the concerts. Fantastic lineup, Austin. Keep it going.
Listen, our concert game is
Really good.
next level. It's really, really good. Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. I'm gonna go next just because
You go next, sweetie.
because
Go ahead.
I really listen, I want to go next because I'm really excited to hear Kelsey's hits. So I'm just gonna get my little shit out of the way real quick.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to make nobody mad, but my miss this year was ACL. For me, with the exception of Doechii, there was just nobody really on the list that I was like, I have to go. I have to go. I'm not saying there weren't good people. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying like,
It wasn't that strong of a lineup.
it wasn't that strong of a lineup for me this year. Listen, T-Pain, I heard his set was incredible. Sabrina Carpenter, I cannot hate on Sabrina Carpenter. She's cute and she's funny and she's talented.
She brought out the chicks.
And Shania Twain.
And Shania Twain. I was there for the chicks.
Listen, and all of that stuff is great if that is your thing. That is not my thing. So just like for me personally, I was like, nah, I can't do it. I'm just like, I can't do it. And it's difficult in my opinion. Like the lineups have been getting better and better and better over the last couple of years. And so this year when I saw like Hozier, I was like, what in the fuck is this? Why? What are we doing?
Yeah. Well, and coupled with how expensive ACL is and how big it's gotten, it's just a different thing out there.
Yeah. So that was my miss this year. But what was a hit for me are all of the local markets. Austin's markets game this year was on point. There was one almost every single weekend. It's everything from like vintage markets, farmers markets, makers markets, like all of the bases were covered. And like, I don't know, it really, really, really seemed to me to be a thriving environment for small businesses and people, so entrepreneurs wanting to get their stuff out there. And I love that. I love that like we have a city that makes room for people to, for lack of a better way to say it, like sell their shit and do their thing that they want to do. Standouts for me is always Black Makers Market, and Kinda Tropical has this market. And I'm a fan of like, you never know what you're going to get. I'm one of those people, I like a hodgepodge. And Kinda Tropical is like that. They have like some vendors that I'm like, oh yeah, I saw you there last time. But it feels like every time I go, somebody different. And the same can be said for Future Front, just so good. You know what I mean? And then all of the markets have, distribution halls. So that's my hits for events. Just like the dozens and dozens of markets, but probably hundreds of markets that we've had in the city this year, because that's just my personal, I like to shop. I like to get out there.
Shop. Yeah.
I know, right? And buy local, you're buying local. Yeah. Yeah.
And the local markets, they have like actual, I don't know, sometimes when I go to like big city markets, it's like full of like Amazon crap.
Yes.
And like all of our stuff is like handcrafted, locally made, all that kind of stuff. And it's really nice.
Yes. Kelsey, what about you?
Okay. I'm going to start with a miss so we can end this section on a hit. And this one, I put it in the event section because it would have led to lots of events and really fun ones. So Austin was kind of, sort of, maybe up for getting a WNBA team, and we got snubbed. They didn't give us a WNBA team. Back in February, we got snubbed. I believe they gave teams, like new teams to, I think, like Cleveland. I don't know. No other cities to write home about. And I just, especially here at CityCast Austin, I feel like we talked about possibly getting a WNBA team like every other second of the podcast and in the newsletter. Like I was just constantly writing about it and we were talking about it. And it was just really frustrating. I don't know. I feel like Austin needs a WNBA team. The 1972 sports bar, the women's sports bar, opened up this year, and it just would have been such a nice, I don't know, little way to celebrate that, getting a whole ass WNBA team.
I'm with you on this one, Kelsey.
Yeah, like I feel kind of like a little kid throwing a temper tantrum, like, I didn't get my WNBA team. But like, come on. That would have been so fun.
We'd like to discuss with the WNBA. Please give us one next year.
Listen, can you imagine all of the beautiful, like, Amazonian lesbians that I could just like fawn over. They took that from me.
And you know that like the merch would be so good.
Oh my God, the merch.
You know that it would
Kelsey.
be like purple. You know that we would be bad for something and it would be awesome. Anyway, so that was really sad. The hit for events this year is that the musical The Outsiders brought its tour to Bass Concert Hall on UT's campus. And the show is based on the 1967 novel by the same name. And I'm not kidding. It was truly one of the best things I've ever seen. And I was so skeptical going in because like I don't know. I don't like trying new things when it comes to musicals. I'm like, no, I'll stick with my classics and whatever. But then every time I see something new to me, I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever seen, obviously.
That's so surprising.
That is surprising.
It's very weird, but it was actually the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. If you, our dear listeners, can get out to see The Outsiders somewhere, if it comes back through Austin, if it's in other Texas cities, you absolutely need to go and see it. Like the choreography was so good that I'm not kidding. If there was no music and no speaking and it was just the choreography, it would be just as enthralling. It like scratched like a West Side Story itch kind of thing because it did feel very, it's like about gangs and they're doing gang violence via pirouettes and, and other dance moves.
Put that on the bill.
Yeah.
Gang violence via pirouettes is the best thing I've heard all week.
Yeah, you gotta have that. And it was just so wonderful and it made me feel just lucky to live here. Like it's, not every city in the world gets big musicals like this to come through. And this truly felt, I don't know, it just felt like a one-of-a-kind thing that, I don't know, it was just a really cool thing that happened this year. And if anyone listening got to go, I bet they would agree with me.
Well, shit. Listen, that category was pretty good too. Our events, again, I keep saying this, I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again, but we are also very good at events.
We really are.
Okay, so y'all, some of our ups and downs just don't fit neatly into a category, but they still left an impression on us this year. So let's get into some of our wild card hits and misses. I'll go first because I haven't gone first yet. For me, I think our local community programming was a big hit. And when I say that, I just mean like there are all kinds of new things that popped up this year. Like you mentioned the 1972 bar opening. That was just a big deal. Also, like the Scream Club, that started happening recently where people all meet up because the world is crazy and you meet up and scream off the side of one of the bridges downtown. I love that. The boardwalks, we had her on to talk about the boardwalks. That's like meeting up at 8:00 in the morning and going on walks together. Auntie's house, or where y'all at though, it's like all these great events for people of color that are tailored towards people of color. Like our city really, really has hit a stride with like local community programming this year. And I've loved seeing it. I've loved watching it. It kind of goes along with, to me, like the small businesses. Everybody's just kind of finding their thing and their passion and making it happen. And I love that. So that was a big hit for me this year. And then for misses, tearing down the convention center is a huge miss for me. Like
Interesting.
I'm having feelings about it. I went like some crazy person. I went and kept revisiting it to watch the slow tear down of it because I was just like, what is happening? Why are we tearing down a perfectly good convention center? And they started off and they were only supposed to tear down parts of it. And now the entire thing is gone. And it just looked like
so much traffic on that street too, because
so
of it.
much traffic, so much like, I mean, they say that they tore it down in the most responsible way possible, but I don't know if I believe that shit. It was just a miss for me. It's like, and now South by has got to be and all fractured off in all these tiny little places, and it kind of feels like everybody is like, no, it's fine, it's gonna be great. No, we have it figured out. No, we know what we're doing, and it don't seem like they know what the fuck they're doing. So that was just a big miss for me. It seems wasteful, and like maybe people didn't know what they were doing.
I would love if we could somehow do an episode about how Austin, I guess like City Hall, feels that Austin needs to be all of these things. Like we need to be a place with a brand spanking new convention center so that it can be like a destination place. We need a new logo. We need cap and stitches over 35. And like all of that's nice, right? Like sure, a new convention center, the renderings look beautiful, like having a park over the highway. Sure, it looks nice. But I do wonder why like we're feeling the need to do all of that when we have all these actual problems.
Exactly.
Like we don't need to be doing all of this. Like the convention center's fine. 35 doesn't need anything over, like it's all fine.
I feel like it falls in line with us always continuing to struggle with our identity as a city. It's like we woke up one day as a city and was like, oh shit. Like we're a big city. Okay. All right. What are all the things that big cities need?
Yes.
We need this. We need that. It's like,
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. But yeah. Kelsey, what about you?
Okay. So my hit is Luby's. I maybe have included this because I just wrote about it in the newsletter, but I finally went. Austin got a mini Luby's downtown near the courthouse, like within walking distance to the Capitol as well. And news of this was spreading back in August. And it's mini. It's pared down. You could probably seat maybe like 24 people inside. And you can just get a Luann platter. Like I think that was the only thing I saw that they were offering. But it was delicious. And it's like fun and a little weird. Like, why is it small? I don't know. Like, why did they do that? I'm not sure. But there are 2 other Luby's that still exist in Austin. And they're in North Austin and in South Austin. And this one is centrally located. And it was like making me wish that I had some sort of downtown office that I needed to work in so that I could pop into the baby Luby's. And I just think it's really fun. And I'm glad we got it.
I feel like they should have called it Lubette. Like
Lubette.
Yes. What? That's
Lubette
so cute.
Is so cute. Especially since there's like an entire community of older Black people there. Like, what you mean? We've been going to Luby's. We still have Luby's. Lubette is wonderful.
Lubette is great.
I'll let them have it. Take
especially
it.
saying like mini Luby's, I'm not sure that immediately registers that it's like smaller space, pared down menu. Lubette, though, that would get it across.
I like that.
Call Elissa. My miss this year, oh Lord, I was trying to think of things that I've been whining about, and I will say this fits the bill. Everything Cheer Ups did this year. Every single thing that they did.
Womp, womp, womp.
So much drama.
Oh, so much drama.
Every single thing. I like Cheer Ups, the bar. It is a fun bar. I hope it stays around. But the way that they did, back in the summer, they were like, we're about to close if we don't pay $50,000 or $60,000 in back rent. Like, please send us money. And everyone was like, okay, here's the money. And then they were like, okay, we're going to stay open. And then they were like, okay, we've sold Cheer Ups to this company, but we're going to stay on like at the company. And then everyone was like, this company seems like it doesn't like gay people. And this seems like it's a bad idea. And so then they were like, okay, we are no longer selling to this company. And it was just like at every moment, their messaging on social media wasn't great. And this also just kind of feels like it adds to Cheer Ups' whole, like, not that they're crying wolf, but there's only so many times you can like ask the community for help before it becomes like, okay, what are you guys doing wrong? It shouldn't be on me to fix this for you kind of thing, So yeah, that's mine. Elissa, I really want to hear yours.
Okay, yes. So my hit, this is a personal hit, and I apologize for that, but it impacts everyone in Austin. But it's just remembering that the free side of Barton Springs exists. I had never been to the free side of Barton Springs before, and I went for the first time this year, and it's like straight up amazing. Like, I love a little DJ set happening while I'm swimming. And there was someone on a paddleboard coming up and selling Jell-O shots. Like, it's nice. You can like be on that giant rock by all the dogs, or you can find like your own little seclusion area under a tree. It's just like, I was like, wait a second, am I in paradise right now? Because there's just so many rules on the other side, and I hate a rule. So I love that you can just like let loose. You can dance a little bit. You can have a little beer ski. and enjoy your life on the water. So that was my hit, is just remembering that it exists.
I can't believe you've never been to the free side of Barton Springs. That's
Isn't that
wild.
So sad.
Yeah.
Like, what have I done my whole life? Paid $5 to go swimming? Are you kidding me?
With all those goddamn rules.
With those rules? Get out of here. Okay, and then my miss. Elon Musk's rollout of the Tesla robotaxi that happened in June of this year. I could go on. Elon Musk, he's like delusional. His cars are just so dangerous. They rely only on cameras, whereas Waymos rely on, all different types of ways to get around. And I just really quickly want to shout out one of our listeners, Haley M., who commented on one of our Friday News Roundups where we discussed robotaxis removing their safety drivers. She linked to this really awesome article, and it showed that according to updated filings from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Tesla has reported a total of 7 crashes involving its robotaxis operating in Austin since the service first launched in June.
What?
4 of those happened in the 1 month of September.
What?
And so they're also thinking there probably are more that Tesla just hasn't reported yet. Y'all, these, in my mind, are just super, super dangerous. And of course, Austin has to be the city where they roll out. It's just, this is wrong and this is bad and I hate it.
Well, y'all, these have been some pretty good hits and misses. I will say I'm proud of our lists. It was pretty diverse. And listeners, I am so curious to know what your hits or misses are this year. I'm really curious.
Same.
Yeah, you guys gotta let us know. So before we go, on Wednesdays, we usually bring you a midweek mood boost. And since we're having a membership drive, our mood boost this week is us. We're amazing. We wanted to say a huge hit for us was putting CityCast Austin together each and every day. Through the podcast, the newsletter, just keeping you updated on what's happening in our city. And we could not do that without our neighbors. Hi, neighbors.
What up, neighbors?
So listen, if you want to do a neighborhood shout out to your favorite place, or you want a cute ass beanie, or you want to go to some cute ass events with us, become a CityCast Austin neighbor today. Go to membership.citycast.fm and come kick it with us. Be our neighbor. Kelsey, Elissa, thank you so much for being on with me today. I always love our chats. I always love it when we can just talk shit and have fun.
Woo.
Yeah, this chat was definitely a hit for me.
Absolutely.
Yes. You guys are great. Till next time. Bye.
Bye.
That's all for today here on CityCast Austin. If you enjoyed our show, tell your friends, rate our show, leave us a review, tell us about your hits and misses, and of course, subscribe to our Hey Austin newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye, y'all.